All right, so today I'm going to show you how to flash CrossPoint Reader onto the XTEINK X4 or the X3. This will work for both of them. All you need is your device, a USB-C cable, and a computer as well. On the computer, you want to go to this website that you see here. It's going to be crosspointreader.com/#flash-tools. Once you are at this website, which I will put in the description, you then just want to plug in the USB-C cable into the XTEINK X4 or the X3. So go ahead and do that. Once you do that, you can turn on the device. As you can see, I already have CrossPoint loaded onto it, but I'm going to show you it just for the video, how to flash it. But basically, you want to go to the home screen of your device. If you're on the original software, just go to the home screen. Once you are there, you're good to go. So now we can go over to the website. Once you're at the website, select the device that you have. It's going to be the X4 or the X3, depending on the one you have. Just select the one that you have. Once you do that, select the firmware which you want to load onto it. You can load in the original Chinese firmware. You can load in the newest CrossPoint. They have a nightly version, but we're going to go ahead and just go with the latest CrossPoint that they have. Once you do that, you want to go down and click on Flash CrossPoint. You will then see within the browser, I recommend using a Chrome browser or Safari or Firefox. Any should work fine. But once you go ahead and click on Flash CrossPoint, you should see this pop up and ask to connect. Just click on Connect, and then it should start to load. I, however, am on Linux. If you are on Windows or Mac, this will work perfectly with no issues. It should flash instantly and you're ready to go. But if you are on Linux, you are going to need to run a command. And that command, I will put it in the description as well, is going to be this here. So go ahead and just copy that command, and then you want to open the terminal. Then once you are in terminal, go ahead and run that command. And once you run that command, you can go back to the browser and then go ahead and click on Flash CrossPoint again, click on Paired, click on Connect, and that should now run just fine. Again, this is only if you're on Linux. If you are on Windows or Mac OS, it'll just flash instantly without that extra step. But if you're on Linux, you need to do that extra step. So just go ahead and do that on Linux, wait for it to finish flashing, and then once it is done flashing, I'll show you how to reset the device with the newest firmware once it's done. All right, so once it's done installing, you can go ahead and unplug the device. So we're gonna go ahead and unplug the USB-C, and then you want to find the reset button on the side, which is going to be here, tiny little button. You want to hold that for 3 seconds, and then once you hold it for 3 seconds, also hold the power button for a few seconds as well, and that should reset the device. So let's go ahead and do that now. So hold that. Once you do that, you can do the home button. And you should now see CrossPoint booting, and it should load perfectly fine with the new software. So when you turn it off, you should see whatever book that you have loaded into it. And then once you turn it back on, you should always see CrossPoint booting with the version, and now you are within CrossPoint. And once you're within CrossPoint, you can go down, browse files, and you can load in all of your books there. You can do it via the MicroSD card on the side and just load in EPUB files. So basically pop out that MicroSD card that you see there and put that into your computer with an adapter. Or if you want simpler transfers, you can plug it in via USB-C and drag the files over within your file browser. Or, which I prefer, you can do file transfer. And you basically go down and you click on create a hotspot. So once you create a hotspot, basically your device is going to turn into a local file host. So basically if you go to that link after you connect to the Wi-Fi on your computer and go to that link, you should be able to drag and drop any file over or any book over. So for example, if on the computer, I go ahead and connect to that Wi-Fi, and then once I'm on that Wi-Fi, I go to that address that they gave me, 192.168.4.1. You will then see the CrossPoint Reader, and then once you are connected to the device, you can go to File Manager, and from here you can drag in any files that you want. If you create a sleep folder, you can drag in any files that can be the background of the XTEINK X4 X3. I can do a separate video on how to do that, but basically the files have to be .bmp, which you can convert any photo into that and basically make it the background of the CrossPoint Reader. I will include a link on how to convert that. There's a website that can convert any photo into that, and you basically drag it into a sleep folder, and once it's in the sleep folder, it'll basically cycle through these different backgrounds, and that'll be your background. And then additionally, if you want to just include books, all you do is you go to upload and you choose the EPUB files you want to load in, you drop them in, and then once you drop them in, they will load right on your device. And then once you are done here, you basically just click exit, and then everything you loaded in should be there. And so any books that you just dragged in should appear pretty much instantly, and then the backgrounds as well. If you change the backgrounds, I'll show you in settings. Basically, you can go down. Right now it's set to cover, but if we go down and you click on sleep screen and you toggle that, and then you set that to custom, and then go back, and then you turn off the device, you will then see the custom background that you dragged in. So that's how you do any custom background, and you have your books ready to go. And that's it for the video. That's how you flash CrossPoint Reader onto the XTEINK X4. If you want to support the channel, feel free to sign up for IPVanish VPN. This will get you 83% off, and I'll get a little kickback, which helps the channel. And you can use that while surfing the web, downloading any files that you want, and do it completely anonymously, and it helps protect your data, privacy, and personal identity. So I highly recommend using IPVanish. But that's it for the video. If you found it helpful, make sure to give a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.